Thank you all for being with us here this morning. I'm here with our Director of Emergency Management, Joe Valiente, and Donna Russo is head of our Citizens Affairs that really organizes all of our carnival season. Today, we're here to discuss the severe weather and winds that are expected for tomorrow, Mardi Gras Day in 2025. So I'm just going to cut to the chase with the very disappointing news that I think you all have probably heard about already. We've been in communication with the National Weather Service, and tomorrow's weather, especially the gusty winds, is severe enough that we have no other choice but other than to cancel our scheduled parades for tomorrow. So tomorrow we were scheduled for the crew of Argus that actually had 20 units, and the Elks crew of Jeffersonians is the truck parade with 43 units. I want to first put this news into perspective, all right? Historically, during a severe weather or storm event, when we discuss wind speed and we discuss the ability to conduct our operations, our transit buses stop operating at 35 miles per hour. And even Entergy crews, their standard is they don't allow their employees to go up in bucket trucks until the winds are 30 miles per hour or less. All right. As you can see, the range of where we consider it dangerous and we bring in our people is around 30 to 35 miles per hour, right? The National Weather Service is reporting that confidence is high that we will experience gusty winds over 40 miles per hour and up to 60 miles per hour is possible, regardless of the storm development, that the winds, are going to be preceding the storm. And the timing of these winds also did not allow us to consider moving to an earlier parade time, as we were told that the winds are expected early in the morning as well. So let me state the obvious. These are not conditions where we would invite family, including the elderly and children, to stand on our streets out in the open. These are not conditions for people to be elevated on floats. God forbid having a float tip over and there's people on the street just under those floats. These are not safe conditions with the dangers of flying debris, whether it be tents, chairs, tarps. We know what parades look like. We have kids on ladders. We have maids with beautiful headdresses and big, beautiful headpieces. Even with our own work after tonight's parades, our crews will begin breaking down our equipment for the safety of everybody, including our own tents, our own electrical equipment, bringing down the portalets, our decorations. So I know this news is very, very disappointing. I know many, many people have planned, all year long for tomorrow, whether that be the captains and the crew members, the float riders, the royalty. And I know there are many, many scheduled parties for tomorrow. But Mother Nature just has decided not to work with us. And I remember telling our team just about 2 weeks ago, our emergency management team, that, we started this year so strong. The region, the state, the city of New Orleans put on an incredible Super Bowl without incident, as best as it could possibly be. We rolled into our bicentennial, in the beginning of our bicentennial celebrations. And I remember telling them, let's finish strong with this Mardi Gras season. Let's get through this Mardi Gras season as safe as possible. And obviously, this decision is part of that, even if it means that we have to cancel the parades. So I want to remind everyone that we still have a lot of festivities today. We have Lundi Gras at 11 o'clock in Rivertown. That's where Argus meets Zulu. That's an incredible event. And then we have 2 more parades tonight, the crew of Centurions, followed by the crew of Kings with the traditional Metairie route, starting at Clearview, okay? So you can get much more celebrations in today for your Mardi Gras season. We started discussions yesterday. We continued discussions with both ARCs and the Elks crew of Jeffersonians on discussing an alternative date, because we know their riders have paid. We know they all want to ride. So we will continue to be discussing an alternative date if they choose to do so, okay? Any questions? Yes.
How soon do you think we can get a rescheduled date, or if any?
We're going to work with the crews, and the sheriff's office, I've talked to him. He's prepared to work with the crews. So it's really their operations, what kind of trucks they could get, or the riders. I mean, that's their call. So I think, we all were frantically on the phone yesterday. It is very disappointing, but we did offer them an alternative date. We have the Irish Italian parade on Veterans scheduled, so there are some alternative options for us if they choose.
So here hearing that can be concerning for some of the businesses that do rely on Fat Tuesday in Mardi, so do you have a message for them?
No, I mean, this is disappointing for all of us. This is history. I don't even know another time. You know, we had to cancel 2021 during COVID, but none of us remember another time having to cancel. And it's frustrating. The next day is supposed to be a beautiful day. So, and today is a beautiful day. And, you know, to hear that the wind started in the morning, you know, initially coming into this week, I thought, well, let's see, and maybe we can move the parade times. And it was just really, really disappointing to be on the call with the National Weather Service and hearing that the gusty winds are really expected all day. So it just took that alternative off the table for us of moving the parade time. Yes.
I know you've kind of already done it, but I know just people are gonna ask, like, why couldn't they figure something else out? Why couldn't it roll just earlier in the day or something like that? Can you elaborate a little bit more?
As I said, you know, we would, you know, many years, in fact, a couple years ago, we moved to an earlier time. And again, starting the week, I thought, you know, let's see how this weather plays out, and the confidence gets closer as to the day. And the hope was there that we could maybe move the time. But again, on the National Weather Service call, actually yesterday on the call, they said the winds start at sunrise. And weather changes, but yesterday's call, they actually used the word, you know, gusty winds begin at sunrise. So that alternative of trying to change times, just like I said, was removed from the table for us.
Do you encourage people to head out to Zulu or anything?
I encourage people to have their celebrations today. I don't know the latest on what other parishes are doing, but you know, today's a beautiful day, and we know it's a safe day. And you know, I know it's last minute, but try to get your Mardi Gras celebrations in today. And it's you know, it's disappointing, it's discouraging, but we have to, especially in my position, I have to look at the safety first. We know what that parade route looks like. As I mentioned, you know, when you think of parades, you think of children on ladders, you think of elderly people, and it is, you know, when we heard the data, it wasn't even close. Our team, I mean, we all knew it without even saying anything. Like, we cannot do this with the wind gusts that are expected, you know. So this wasn't a close call for us, and as disappointing as it is, it's not a difficult decision to make.
Any other questions?
Okay, thank you all.